I was selectman starting in 1982, and I remember one evening the chief of police came in. His message was that the daytime coverage of the ambulance was so spotty that the town couldn't afford to continue with the risk that implied, and that we needed to hire a private ambulance service to take over for the volunteer squad that was working. A little while after that, we were approached by the head of the ambulance squad at the time, who said he had seen information about a program of high school students in Connecticut who provided emergency medical service for their town. And that sounded really interesting and sounded like a good match for us.
Being as unique as it was exciting. A lot of people go to school, they know they have sports teams there, they know, they have bands. The EMT program is just unique. I didn't really have a direction, and it really kind of gave me that. Set me up with a small group of people, small group of friends that I didn't have before, and opened up some doors. So I think that's what was really exciting. We could go on calls and do things that adults were doing, and we didn't have the chance to do otherwise.
I can't say enough about the program. I think that the Nashoba Cadet EMT program develops incredible individuals that they are able to offer. It makes them a very special high school. And I just think it's an inspirational program that says to you sometimes what 16 and 17-year-olds can do, because oftentimes that's not really understood. And to me, it teaches me a whole lot about what a 16 or 17-year-old student can do when they're given the opportunities.
If you're the person who generates that sharp, please take care of it. Let your crew know, hey, sharp on the bench, sharp on the floor, sharp on the table, sharp wherever, and be responsible for that.
I do think that the highlight of the cadets as individuals is their teamwork. I think that no matter what, you can take 3 or 4 of them and put them on a crew and they'll mesh. I think that we've done a very good job as a program instilling that team drive such that everyone has a job, everyone works well together, and infrequently is that a challenge that we have to face.
I have always been impressed with their ability to work cohesively as a team and also immediately blend in with our adult EMTs, that are bringing the ambulance to the scene and helping treat the patient. There's no difference. If you didn't know they were cadets, you wouldn't really be able to tell, except maybe by size and the way they look, that they were any different in skills or behavior on a scene.
Well, I always remember it. I mean, it was May 24th, 1989, and it was a tragic day when two students from the high school were killed in an automobile accident over on Route 110 in Lancaster.
I got on scene and a school bus had stopped down the road because the 3 EMTs that were riding that school bus home in the afternoon told their driver they needed to get off and help. And it took their driver a little convincing because the program was a year old at this point. And I remember working on a patient and then looking to my left at my partner, who was a year 2 cadet. And there was no difference between me and working with somebody that had been on the squad for 20 years. Calm, professional, we were communicating. And I think that for me, as awful as that day was, it was that aha moment that I realized that out of this program come really qualified, caring caregivers.
Not only is there that educational support, But then when you look at the critical calls, when a call doesn't go well, when a call challenges the emotional well-being of the cadet, the network then expands dramatically. I had a mom call me one night at 10 o'clock on a Friday night and said that her child had been involved in a critical incident that had nothing to do with the Nashoba program, but that she was affected. And we were instantly able to rally a team to get with her, to meet with her. We met with the local fire department. We were able to arrange a debriefing that she could attend with the other responders. So having the counselors, the therapists, the year 1, year 2, year 3 instructors, as well as Stephanie Hilliger at the guidance office, or our school coordinator, the cadet coordinators, it's just this vast network of support.
When we say that over the course of the 33 years that this program has existed, over 2,000 emergency calls have been made. Those students that are training to be EMTs are sometimes helping someone that may be having the worst day of their life. And yet, what comes from that is not anything that makes them shrink back from the program, but they grow as individuals, and they grow in terms of responsibility and understanding so much more deeply, I think, than others that may not have the ability to be engaged in such a program.
I just remember feeling like the people around me cared for me and they were going to make sure that I was okay. I felt incredibly well cared for, which I think when I found out that they were high school students, my chin almost dropped to the floor, because I remember saying to my husband when he came to see me in the ER, I remember he was asking me kind of about the whole thing, and I told him that it was actually like the ambulance ride was almost pleasant, because I felt like people were going to take care of me and make everything okay, even though this was the most terrified I'd ever felt in my life.
People look at their age and kind of go, I don't know if I should really trust this person. But when they come in and they sound that they know what they're talking about, that they're working as a team, that they're working as professionals to achieve the best possible patient care, that changes people's minds, sometimes in mere minutes.
The program is important to Bolton, and Bolton is important to the program. I think that without either of them, it would be a different place. I think that the skills you learn, not just medical skills, but leadership skills, real-world problem solving under pressure, are things that apply to anywhere you go in the world. The town benefits because we have this cadre of young men and women who are willing to help out, willing to put their hand up even in the middle of a pandemic and say, hey, I'm willing to go.
I have many, many emails and many letters from parents, from alums of the EMT cadet program that say this was a life changer for my student and my child. This really turned my life around as a student and put me in a direction I had no intention of going, but here I am, a doctor today. Just really inspirational letters of support from those people that have been in the program, school administrators, and certainly parents.
Meeting the people I did, establishing the relationships that I did, set me up with some mentors, kind of helped guide me along the way. It set me down the track of paramedic school, and so that's kind of what set me down that route. Was my background in EMS in Bolton, being on the ambulance squad there, working with the cadets, really set me up for stepping into the next role as a paramedic.
The first teaching job that I had was at a character education school, and there was a phrase that we used there a lot, which is the strongest metals are forged in fire. And I always thought about that as sort of resilience training, and everything that you do when you're working with teenagers, you need to engage them and empower them to challenge themselves and to be uncomfortable and to do things that allow them to see themselves as powerful. And if they don't have those opportunities, I mean, it's a waste of that time, because one of the most important things that you can give a kid is an opportunity to see how powerful that they can be.
When I look at the program as a whole, it just shows a way that a community has come together to provide an opportunity for students to excel, to learn leadership, to learn self-esteem, self-respect, and to give back to their community. And if the one thing that's frustrating in today's world is we just don't see that a lot. We don't see folks choosing to live a life of service to their community and to taking care of others. And we're teaching that with our cadets every day. And they're giving back every day, and they're saving lives every day. And what better service can we give to our community than ensuring to the lives and safety of others? And it's just an honor to be a part of that program.